Hello, hello, hello. This is Kathy Selman. I know I'm a couple minutes early because I'm trying to adjust. Oh, that's what I have to do. Put my chair down. I'm doing things a little different today. I'm actually in my office flipped the other way because we're going to be doing a demo today for a book club. So I'm looking close to make sure you're going to be able to see everything. And I think you will. All right. So we are live. This is Kathy Selman. I'm on week four of our book club. And if you just joined, could you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay and if I'm facing the right way? Because when I did this earlier, I was rotated the wrong way. Do I look normal? And can you hear me? Would you just make a comment for me so that I know, and then I'll start. If somebody would do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm assuming you can hear me okay and I look straight. I'm not upside down or sideways. Okay, then let's get started because it's time. We are in week 4. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We are in week 4 of our book club, and we have been reviewing the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I love this book. It's probably my 4th time reading it, and I got so much more out of it this time. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kathy Selman. I'm the co-founder of WINK, and I am a Christian business and life coach for female entrepreneurs and widows. So I have quite a few hats that I wear. I've been doing coaching for now 10 years. Believe it or not, coaching, training, and mentoring women. We've probably seen thousands of women come through the doors of WINK. And then prior to that, I was in corporate America doing working for some large major brands in marketing. So I've had a great life, a lot of great experience, and now here I am, an entrepreneur for the past probably 15 years, and I love it. I love working with women. So the reason I decided to do a book club on this, and really review this book is because I felt like, at least for me, and I usually always have a personal reason that I do things, was to also help. Thank you for those hearts, by the way. If you send me hearts, thumbs up, happy faces, anything, and comments, that really feeds me and keeps me energized and keeps me going. So the reason I wanted to revisit this is because I felt like I had a very good mindset about money. For quite a few years. I did coaching. I worked with a life coach myself on money mindset and changing my money blueprint. But I found that after my husband died, everything changed for me. I had to really go back and revisit a lot of my thoughts on money, a lot of my thoughts on everything, my identity as well. So I thought it was time to go back and revamp because I wasn't making some great financial decisions. Oh, wow, I wasn't at all. So I thought it is time I revisit this and I get back on track. Who can relate to that? Does anybody else need a money mindset reset? Okay, I think a lot of us do. So it's been great doing this. Here's what we're going to do today. And this won't be very long. It's going to be probably less than 30 minutes, maybe only 20. But I'm going to give you a review of what we covered in part 1, the first week of the book club. I'm going to give you a little review, and then we're going to be talking about our money blueprint and how that is created. And then I'm going to talk about money management today. Now, we do have 4 chapters left. I'm going to encourage you all to finish those chapters and do the work, do the action steps. But today we're really going to talk about money. We're going to dig deep into managing our money. Because it says biblical, to he who is given much, much is expected. And the more that we are given, the more we're going to receive. So we need to be able to manage, even if it's only $1, we need to be able to manage that well. So today we're going to talk about some habits that are going to help us start managing our money, even if it's only $1. I am not kidding you. We can start with this. Today I have $100 that I'm going to show you. You're going to help me manage today. And then we're going to go from there. Good. Thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts. I really appreciate that. And then, by the way, I am going to be making you an offer at the end. So I want you to make sure you stay at the end. It's going to be a really great offer. You aren't going to want to miss this. And then I'm going to make a challenge for you as well. This won't be any challenge that we're going to be checking in every day, but it's going to be a challenge based on what we learned today about managing our money and creating good habits around that. I'll be checking in with anyone that wants to do that maybe once a week in this group. This is our big group, so that you can check in with me and be accountable to how you are doing with learning new habits around money management. How does that sound? Is everybody up for that? Sound good? Anybody want to do this? Does anybody want to get more bang for their buck out of this dollar? I'm sure you do. Okay, so let's get into the review. And if any of you can see, I've got some really fun jars back here. Can you guess what we're going to do with those jars today? That's going to be part of our demo exercise, and then the challenge for you is going to follow. So this book is divided into two parts. And the first part is talking about, thank you for those hearts. I appreciate it, Gina. Thank you. This book is divided into the two parts. And the first part is talking about our money mindset, our money blueprint. You see, we all have been trained about money, our thoughts about money. I mean, what are some thoughts that you had about money when you were growing up? Some of the things that I heard is money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford it. We're broke. Those filthy rich people. I mean, horrible, not good, not positive things. And so how we create what's called this money blueprint is it's based on things that we heard while growing up from influential people in our lives, things that we saw, and then things that we may have personally experienced. And so all of these three types of situations help create our money blueprint. And so we have this money blueprint, it's a piece of paper or a file, and we put that into our brain. We file it away into our brain so that when we have to make a financial decision, say as an adult, and this is what happened to me, I found, especially after Mike passed away, is I had to make some major financial decisions. And I went to that money blueprint, pulled out the file out of my brain, and I'd reverted back to my old thinking about money. And I made some disastrous financial decisions. And that's why now I'm finally realizing, boy, you better redo your thinking on money. And I'm so thankful I have. And I feel so much better. I have money peace right now. So we have this money blueprint, and we go to make a decision about investing in our future, in a new home. And this is about money. But this blueprint, we have a blueprint about everything in our lives, all of these thoughts that we have. So what we want to work on is changing that blueprint about how we think about money so that we can get the results that we want, a positive result, a result that's going to grow and be a great experience for us. And so I can guarantee you, if you can change your mindset and change your thoughts, it'll change your life and change everything in it. So if you haven't gotten this book yet, I encourage you to buy it. You can buy it used, probably less than $6. Read through it, do the action steps. It will change your life. So that's basically the review. Oh gosh, I have because I'm set up a little differently. Hold on, I better move that book or it's going to fall. Anyway, so that's our review. So now let's get in today into money management. Money management. And we're going to be talking on page 145, I believe, is where we're going to be starting today. Gina, is that what I said? 145? Hold on, I lost my place. 145, you guys. The second part of this book is broken up into wealth files. There are 20 wealth files, I believe. And so today we're going to be on wealth file number 14. Basically, that's the only one I'm going to be talking about. Then it's going to be up to you to finish the rest of this book. This is on page 145. And the wealth file number 14 says, rich people manage their money well, while poor people mismanage their money well. That word well, right? Okay. And by the way, T. Harv Eker, the author of this book, uses extremes when he's discussing rich people and poor people. Poor people are just as lovely as rich people. They just do things differently when it comes to managing their money. But he uses very extravagant examples so that we get the point. Does that make sense to you? Is this making sense about money? Okay, he has to be extreme. So yeah, so rich people manage their money well. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is money management, so that the better you manage your green stuff, the more that's going to come to you. That's what we're going to work on today. So wealthy people are not any smarter than poor people. They just have different and more supportive money habits. As we've discussed in part 1 of this book, these habits are primarily based on our past conditioning. So first, if you're not managing your money properly, thank you for that thumbs up, Angela. First, if you're not managing your money properly, you are probably programmed not to manage money. Second, there's a better than good chance that you don't know how to manage money. I mean, do you know how to manage money? Did you learn how to manage money when you went to school? How many years did you go to school? So here's what Harv says, and I think this is hilarious because I wrote ha ha next to it. I don't know about you, but where I went to school, Money Management 101 was not offered. Instead, we learned about the War of 1812, which of course is something that I use every single day, right? I loved that, and I had to throw that in today because seriously, I believe that so much of what we learn in school is such a waste of time. I mean, who created the curriculum in public school? Oops, sorry. Just my opinion. All right. So we live in and these are some of Harv's words. Here's what he says. We live in a kind and loving universe, and the rule is until you show you can handle what you've got, you won't get any more. And that is biblical. Thank you, Harv. That is biblical. He who is given much, much is expected. And it is true. The more that we show we can handle what we are giving, I believe the more that we're going to receive. So a wealth principle that goes along with this is we already said that. So you must acquire the habits and skills of managing a small amount of money before you can have a large amount. Remember, we are creatures of habit, and therefore the habit of managing your money is more important than the amount. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The habit of managing your money is more important than the amount. So if you can manage this well, just this one little dollar, very soon you're going to find that you have a lot more. More is going to come your way. So woohoo! Who wants to do that? Right? Yeah, school is a waste of time for most kids. Too much that is not needed. I absolutely agree with that. That's why we have to constantly be doing self-improving ourselves by reading, going to seminars, listening to podcasts, watching webinars, anything that's going to help us personally improve. We have to do that because we didn't learn it in school. And if you want to be wealthy, and that's the reason that we're doing this book club, if you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, so you can do so much more for not only for yourself and your family, but also for others, right? It's all about giving back, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. So the first wealth principle, until you show you can handle what you've got, you won't get any more. And the next one is the habit of, managing your money is more important than the amount. I agree with that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into the fun part right now about how to manage your money. And I'm going to be walking through an example here. It's a demo. And this is a demo. This is something that he encourages you. And now I'm on page 148 for all of you to do. Okay, so we're going to be starting here. He's going to suggest that we open up separate accounts for our money that's going to be used in different ways. So if you notice, can you see everybody? If you notice, I have several jars up here. Can you all see that? I'll leave those up there. Can you all see that? Can you see my jars? It's hard to see because they're right behind the comments. Can you see that, people? Yes, that's why I teach kids etiquette classes, not taught in school. Thanks, Kathy. Exactly. And that's why we train on so many things, because we didn't learn them in school, right? And now here we're business women. We didn't learn this school. Some of this isn't even business school. So, okay, can everybody see my jars? Can you see them? Because it's going to be really important for this part of the training right now, the book club. Yes, we can see the jars. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Appreciate that. Okay. So we're going to be opening up separate accounts for you guys. Even if you only have $1, you're going to split up this $1. All right. It doesn't matter the amount. Remember, it matters that we're going to develop good habits around managing this $1. I happen to have 100 that I'm going to be working with today. This is what we've been using throughout this training for the past 3 weeks. Okay. So the first account we're going to open, it's designated your financial freedom account. You're going to put 10% of every dollar you receive after taxes into this fund. This money is only to be used for investments and buying or creative passive income streams. The job of this account is to build a golden goose that lays golden eggs called passive income. And when do you get to spend this money? Never. You never get to spend this money. It's never spent, only invested. Now, eventually, when you retire, you get to spend the income from the eggs or the fund, but never the principal itself. In this way, it always keeps growing, and you're never going to go broke. Okay, so let's put, oh shoot, can't put that book there because it'll fall. All right, so let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, $10 is going into my financial freedom account. Mwah! I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Remember, anytime you find money, you do the happy money dance. Okay, here it goes. There we go. That's my I'm already growing my financial freedom account. I will never be broke. I am not kidding you. Start doing this, ladies. Okay, now, the next account we're going to do, and by the way, remember, you can do that even with only $1 today. If all you have is $1, break it up into change, okay? All right, now, the next account that we're going to open is, where are we on that one? Is our play account. Now, the reason that we're opening up a play account is because one of the biggest secrets to managing money is balance, believe it or not. On one side, you want to save as much money as possible, right? So that you can invest it and make more money. Yeah, do we all agree with that? Yeah, of course. But on the other side, you need to put another 10% of your income into a play account. Why? It's because we are holistic in nature. And by the way, I'm on page 150 now, so you can read this yourself. We are holistic in nature. We can't affect one part of our life without affecting the other. So some people are save to the point where they just get off balance. And their bodies go, wow, the saving thing was great to start with, but it's not so great anymore. I'm not enjoying seeing that nest egg growing. And so what we have to do is create a play account. Now, on the other side of that, there are some people that are just spend. And then eventually they find they're not enjoying all those things that they're spending their money on. They're empty. You've heard that, right? Sometimes people they have so many things, so many toys, so much stuff, but they're empty. There's a void in there. So we have to set up a play account, which is primarily used to nurture yourself, to do things that you wouldn't normally do. And it's for the extra special things like going to a restaurant. Remember we talked about this, and buying the market price item on the menu, not even knowing what it is, right? The finest wine or champagne. Renting a boat for the day. Oh yeah, I can relate to that. Or staying in a high-class hotel for extravagant night of fun and frolic. So the play account is a must. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take 10% of our 100. Here we go. 10%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is going into my play account, my extravagant account, something I'm going to do something fun with once I get enough money in there. There it goes. Okay, now I've got 2 accounts set up already. Isn't this awesome? I'm on my way to being rich. I'm never going to be broke, and I'm going to have fun. Is everybody kind of excited about this? Are you excited? This is a very, very simple demonstration of how easy it is to start building good money management habits. I hope that many of you are going to take advantage of this and start doing it. Okay, now there are several other accounts that we're going to set up. Those first 2 are the most important because they're going to give you balance in your life, all right? So start those first. Now the next one is really near and dear to me, and that's our giving account. Now, you know, I'm a Christian coach. I'm a Christian business and life coach, and so I base everything I do on biblical principles. And in the Bible, it's very specific about giving back. They call it tithing, and they say a minimum, God tells us a minimum of 10%. So if I have $100 here, 10% would be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, $10 is going into my giving account. Now, you are not limited at 10% on any of these things. You can be doing more. Oftentimes I do more than 10%, okay? And that's between you and God. You don't need to tell me what you're giving, but I just want you to know you're not limited to 10%. Okay, so notice we are growing in our money. Is this exciting or what? I am so excited. Okay, but we're not done there. Now, of course, we have to have a necessities account, right? We have to buy food, we have to keep the lights on, we have to put gas in our cars, rent, mortgage, shoes for the kids, whatever it might be. That is 50%. That is our largest amount. So let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, you get my drift. I'm going to just, I don't know if this is exactly right, but I'm going to just put some in here. Because this is going to be our biggest amount. We have to put that into a larger jar. And by the way, you guys, you can open up accounts, probably should, because this is going to start to get very full, and you may not want to have all these jars loaded with money sitting around your house. But this is 50%, and this is for our necessities. All right, next we have 10% is going to go into our long-term savings and spending account. Now, what is long-term spending and savings? What can that be used for? Can anybody guess? Long-term savings. What are you ladies wanting to do in the future that you know you need to save some money for? Anybody want to share? How about a vacation? How about that next cruise? How about a new vehicle? How about college education? How about a wedding that might be coming up? You know you have several girls, you know you're going to have several weddings, saving for the account. Okay, so that's going to be 10% as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gina says a new boat and toys for the water. Oh yeah. I thought I was going to save for another boat, but I think I'll just keep renting one, and that will come out of my play account. Because owning a boat, I remember, is very expensive, but it certainly is fun. Okay, so this is going to go into our long-term savings account. So look at this. Can you see my jars, ladies? My jars are filling up. Unbelievable. I feel really good about this. Yes, and traveling, Angela says saving towards travel. Yes, because you still have family in Italy, and I know you love to go back to Italy as often as possible, Angela. Probably other places as well. And Gina says traveling with the kids. Yeah, and you've been doing a lot of that in the last few years, Gina. And in my opinion, travel is such a great education. That's why Mike and I quit our corporate jobs, bought a sailboat, and went cruising. We lived aboard. Yep, I'm a cruising girl. I'm a cruising mama. Thanks for those happy faces, hearts up. Hi, Leslie Parasa. Vacations and a new car. Right on. Okay. Well, if you start, and I know you're probably a very good money manager, but if you miss this, what we're doing is we are creating good money habits that are really simple. And that's by allocating our money. So we are on the last one, I believe. Let me see. I have one jar left. We are on our education account. You see, it's so important that we continue to be educated, right? And that is I'm always hiring a coach. I'm always working with some type of coach because there are things I'm not great at, but there's things I am great at, right? So I'm always working with a coach, and that costs some money. How about going to webinars, seminars, 3-day conferences, paying for, anything, books. Help me out here, people. What else do we invest in for education? Help me out. Well, that's 10%. We need to put 10%. So because we were working with $100, I'm going to take 10 of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is going into my, right there. That's my education account. And that is going to help me. And by the way, I spent a few $1,000s at one of T. Harv Ecker's courses to become trained. I did that quite 7 or 8 years ago, a few $1,000s. So I had to save some money for that, and that was my education. And now that education is starting to pay me back because I invested in myself. Now I'm investing in you, and women pay me for that. They hire me to coach them on different things in business and in life. So you see, investing in yourself is very well worth it. All right, now I have some extra out of the 100 because I didn't count right. So that's going to go into my necessities account. So I know I have 50% in there. Now, one other thing that he recommends you do is that every day when you come home is that you start a financial freedom jar. And this is just with loose change. This is not your big account, okay? So you come home and you're just going to throw whatever change you have in that jar for the day, okay? And then, let's say at the end of the week, count it up, take it to the bank, and you can put that into your long-term, one of your long-term accounts or whatever. So that's basically it. What do you think, ladies? Was this helpful? Is it helpful to have these jars with all this money? I think it is. For me, it is. What do you think? What was your biggest takeaway on this? Is anybody going to do this? Talking to a financial advisor and investing in your IRAs. That's what Leslie Parasa has to say. Thank you for that. Yes, definitely. And if you missed the beginning of this, we talked about long-term savings accounts, financial freedom accounts, several different types of financial accounts, Leslie, that are for different purposes. So I encourage you to go back and catch that because it's really, really good. So that's basically it on the training today. I wanted to talk about learning money management habits, because I think if we could get this down, and even if we're starting with just, a few dollars at a time, even $1, do not wait until you have 1,000 to start with or 500 to start with. Take your first dollar that you have today, set up some accounts or some jars, and start saving your money. Break it down the way that I just did in this training. You're going to be amazed. When you start developing those habits, you will be amazed at the end of, let's just say, 3 months, about what you're going to end up with and what you're going to be able to do, and you are going to feel so great about yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. So here's what I want to do. There's a couple of things now. I told you I was going to make you an offer, which I'm going to do, and then I also have a challenge, and this is just a free challenge if you want to do it with me. Once a week, I'm going to check in on Money Mindset Monday. And if you are doing any of this, if you've done any of the action steps, if you're doing the money habits, I want you to check in with me. I'll just be asking if you've been going along with this on this book club for the past 4 weeks. If you'd like to check in and tell us your results, or you have any comments, I would love to hear, and I will comment back, because I'm going to be doing this myself, and it's going to help me stay accountable. Remember, I said I always do something that's going to help me as well as you. I learn as I go along. So watch for Money Mindset Monday in this group every Monday, and please check in. And then the last thing is I'm going to have an offer for you. And if you'd like, you can make any comments right now, any questions. If I've missed them today, I will come back and check, and I will respond. But I have an offer for you. I'm a life coach. And what this book has been on is basically changing our money mindset, changing our thoughts around money so that we can have better results with our money. But our mindset, we have a mindset or a money blueprint on everything about our lives, our relationships, our careers, our businesses, our children, our husbands. And so sometimes, though, we have thoughts that are not serving us well. And so that's how I coach. It's called causal coaching, and it's on changing our thoughts so that we can change our story and get the result that we want. And so if I'm offering 5 spots right now to give you a complimentary consultation with me, and I will give you in 15 to 20 minutes, I can almost guarantee you're going to feel better. You're going to change your thoughts. You're going to be able to get a result on a problem that is just spiraling. It's like the hamster cage. So if you find that you like that, if it gave you a good result and you want to continue to work with me on coaching, I have a really great 4-week coaching program that I'm offering. Very, very good deal, very affordable. It's a good deal for me, and it's a really good deal for you. It's got to be fair to all of us, right? And it's not going to gouge you, because I want you to keep saving money in all of your accounts. So if you're interested in one of those 5 spots for a complimentary coaching session, contact me. You can put your name down here, or you can send me a direct message, and then we'll set a time up. But anyway, I have really enjoyed this book club, and I want to see what Leslie says. I have several accounts, and I've improved a great deal on savings after 90 days shutdown. Yes. I agree with you on that too, Leslie. I've learned a lot during the book club and the 90 days and all of that about relearned my money and reset my blueprint on money. So thank you for that, for throwing in your 2 cents on that. So yes, that is the offer. Yes, it's crucial to change our stories. Please send me information. I will send you information, Leslie. Absolutely. But basically it's just I'm offering a free consultation, and then I will have another offer off that if you want to work with me for a few weeks on changing some of your money mindset or any other mindset you have that needs to change because you're not getting the results that you want. It's basically, we're just going to change our stories. It's pretty fun. It's not hard, but it does take some work and it takes some effort. So anything else, ladies, that you want to comment on? Any questions? I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway here, because I always ask that at the end. What's your biggest takeaway? Anybody want to say? Anybody want to say? Okay, Angela, I got you. Got Leslie. 2 of you want a consult with me. Awesome. I cannot wait. Please, anyone else, just let me know. I'm excited. I love coaching women. I love seeing you get results fast. I love seeing you feel better fast. That's what I market to, is feel better fast. If we can change our story, we're going to feel better fast because we're going to start getting better results. Okay, ladies, this has been great. I'll see you all soon. I cannot wait for those of you that are going to check in on Monday and tell us how you're doing with your new money management habits. Woohoo! We're all rich, we're wealthy, and we're going to have a great life. Love you all. Thanks for joining me the past 4 weeks. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.